Ross. Dr. Ross has been an emergency room physician for 30 years. So that's the context of why he decided that helping children by developing strong marriages would be his life's work, because he sees the damage that has happened in the emergency room with people and their broken families. Right.
They're too little to get organized. And they have no money. Nobody's speaking for them. So I feel like I got to speak for them.
Were you at Beaumont?
What's that? St. Joe's and Henry Ford.
So anyway, are you married?
No, we're not.
No, I'm not.
Okay, would you like to be married?
Yes, I would.
Yes.
Okay, so you both would like to be married, but you're not married. What do you think the purpose of marriage is?
Togetherness, companionship, trusting, loving, caring, sharing your life with another person.
What do you think the purpose of marriage is?
Family. One word. Family.
Very good. And so what do you think the state of marriage in America today is?
Emergency. It needs some help. It's in bad shape. Very bad shape. It's not fashionable to be married anymore. And it's not embarrassing to be divorced. So I think that has kind of stimulated this big, no one stays married anymore because it's so easy to get divorced. And
Okay, when you answer a question, project your voice out.
Okay.
You're saying good stuff.
I forgot what I was going to say. No, I forgot what I was going to say.
How do you think...
Yeah, it's all about family. That's the bottom line to all this, is family. With the kids, with the problems we have today, internet and everything, family is going to bring us back together to common sense, so we can all kind of make sense of each other, because you talk to these kids nowadays, it's hard to carry a conversation because they're all on the internet. You don't have to be social, and I think those kind of things with the family will bring us back to some kind of common ground,
So you think a solution to the problems that we have in America today would be more family involvement, eye to eye, face to face, going and playing baseball in the yard, having picnics, etc.
Right, exactly. More hands-on or more personable conversation instead of typing and, that kind of thing.
Would you be interested in working with younger people to be able to help them develop the skills that are necessary to have strong marriages?
Most definitely. I think that everybody's too much computer, too much phone, not enough communication, not enough eye to eye. Everybody's on their cell phones nowadays, and there's family unit isn't what it used to be. There's not enough responsibility, and children aren't structured.
Would either of you like to speak on your upbringing or your family relationship, how it worked out for you?
Do her first. She's the most interesting one. I'm boring.
I had a bad upbringing, and
Okay. All right, start over.
I had a bad upbringing. I think that there's your parents have a lot to do with how you turn out, and the family unit needs to be strong, and the kids learn from the family. There's not enough family unit anymore, I believe.
So what happened in your family?
Father was absent, a lot of a bad situation, not enough structure, not enough family structure, togetherness.
Do you have a relationship with your father now?
No, he's deceased.
Okay. How about your family, sir? Do you have an intact family?
No. I had a dysfunctional family, but I was the fun in the dysfunctional because I was the only guy with 6 girls. My dad left, so I took care of everybody. But even when I was a little kid, my mom always told me, if someone else can do it, you can do it yourself. So I always had the confidence to succeed, so I had a great life. Only because my mom instilled in me the confidence, if you work hard, you can do whatever you want to do, and that's what I've always lived by. A very happy life, although it would be dysfunctional if you look at where I came from. I turned it into a positive because I realized it was dysfunctional. You don't do those kind of things,
How do you think your family might have improved had your father stayed with the family?
Oh, it'd have been a harmony, a lot more harmony, cohesiveness, confidence in each other, as kids, because you look at your parents as your role model, But if they're not together, you feel like it's, you can't succeed some way,
Do you think that it's important for us adults to try to structure society so that the children and their children that are coming in the next generations are going to be able to have the tools to be able to develop strong families?
Yes, I do. Yes.
What would you see as a method of doing such a thing?
I think, as I said before, there's not enough family unit anymore. Parents are working, too busy, kids are on their own, everything's cell phone. Wherever you go, it's cell phone, no communication.
Dr. Ross, did you have any comments?
Yes, I had a question. One fact is that 80% of the marriages in America occur in houses of worship. So do you think that houses of worship, since they're doing the marriages, have any responsibility to the people that they're marrying as far as the marriage goes?
Could you wait until after that music goes by to answer that question, please? Dr. Ross, you need to start looking at the camera when you ask a question.
Okay.
Because we got to get your face in it. Of course, I'm doing the same thing, aren't I? That's true. Okay. All right.
We'll get that question and we'll have this group say that answer, this group and another group.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think they're more important, really.
Okay, that's true. Okay, so what was your question again?
Houses of worship are responsible for 80% of the marriages in America today. So in light of that,
The audience needs to see both your eyes. You see the back of your head. They're not going to listen to what you say. Okay, so there you go.
okay, well you gotta direct me which way to.
Deal. I'll do it.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
Houses of worship are responsible for 80% of the marriages in America today. In light of that, do you think that there's any responsibility that a house of worship has to the couple that they're marrying as far as preparing them or helping them along the way with their marriage?
Yes, I do. I think spirituality and God and beliefs are important. Yeah, helps up with the upbringing of children. I don't think there's enough of that.
So you think that a house of worship should be doing some definite things to help the couples before they get married and then after they get married?
I think it can help, yes, definitely.
Yeah, good question, Dr. Ross. The church does do a lot of things to help people that they married, like with pre-counseling classes and those type of things. But still, when it comes down to jobs, which is where everyone knows that's a big word right now in the United States, you have to have jobs before any of this stuff will work.
So you're saying that if you don't have a job, your marriage is going to fail?
It's more difficult to do anything without any hope of being able to lead as a man in your family and to show your kids the right way to go in life. Work, hard work, pay your bills.
Do you think that unemployment makes a difference for Asian families as far as the success of their marriages?
Yes, it does. Anytime you limit your income into a family, they're going to have changes. And here in America, because everything is based on income, health, eating, everything is so expensive now. You have to have a way of bringing in money. And unfortunately, that's the root of all evil, but you have to have income here in America. And
Good.
And that the jobs are, unemployment's at 13, 14%. No, it's hard. But the church can lead by staying open 24/7, having programs for training and those kind of things like the church used to do. But it doesn't do that anymore. Everything's big business. You know?
Did you have something to add to that?
I think that I've thought about it in schools with education should have some type of educational sources of marriage and what it's about and raising children and that sort of thing. I think it would help.
So you think like the public schools could do that, or you think they do that better than the houses of worship that do the marriages?
I don't think better, but I think they should have something so kids would know what it leads into and it would be of help.
Well, nowadays the public schools are teaching children that marriage could be between two men or two women, or a man and a woman, or whatever. Do you think that's helping them?
I don't know about helping them, but I suppose, and if you love somebody, you love somebody. You know, I have no preference to that. I think it's up to the individuals.
So you think that children entering the world has nothing to do with whether or not they have a mother and a father of the opposite sex? They could have a mother and a father of the same sex?
I think either or. Either or. Yes.
Well, traditionally that wouldn't work back in the 50s, 60s, but now you got couples of the same sex, you got couples of, all kinds. The world has changed. We have to love and accept everybody for what they are. If you want to get married and you're man to man, get married, woman to woman. We have to accept the world has changed now. You have gay couples, you have transgenders. What are you going to do? If you're religious, it says love everybody, right?
Well, what about children? Does it make a difference for them? I mean, we know that you can't have a child born from two women or from two men. So that's not the way the world was made. So now we people are saying that, well, whoever designed this world, they somehow did something wrong because they didn't allow two women or two men to create a child. So a man and another man could have a child if they go to the laboratory and they work out a deal, right?
Yeah.
So what do you say about that?
Well, I think there's enough of us heterosexual here. We're not going to be extinct. I think there's enough for everybody. I don't think we're going to have a shortage of kids or anything because too many gay people are getting married. I think the natural progression of things will balance out if everybody just love each other. There's enough of us heterosexual to have kids where we won't have to go to a museum in the future to see a human being. You see what I'm saying?
Well, what